The Linzer Athletic Sportclub, or LASK, is a phenomenon that embodies a constant back and forth, an unending series of ups and downs, a perpetual oscillation between euphoric heights and deepest despair. This football club knows no middle ground, no average states, no moderate successes or failures. One either stands at the peak of euphoria or lies in the deepest valley of despair. There is nothing in between. The black and white sheeps of LASK, as they are called by their blue and white local rivals, the Smurfs, have a long list of absurd, grotesque, and downright unbelievable stories. These anecdotes range from a president who, out of economic necessity, dismantled the toilets of the clubhouse, to another president who fled to the Côte d'Azur following criminal activities. The life of the club is like a theatre piece of absurd drama, where the characters constantly swing between glory and ruin. Imagine, a president, in his inimitable frugality, actually had the toilets dismantled to save a few pennies. A club without toilets. Players and fans had to relieve themselves outdoors, a picture of misery and shame like no other. But that was just the beginning. Another president, entangled in criminal activities, sought refuge on the sunny Côte d'Azur, where he lived a luxurious life with the stolen money, while the club at home went to the dogs. And then there was the owner who preferred organizing tennis tournaments over managing his own football club. Under his leadership, LASK degenerated into a shadow of its former self, while the owner indulged in the elegant swings of the tennis racket and neglected football. These stories are not mere legends, but bitter realities that have accompanied LASK and its supporters for decades. The deepest misery, the lowest level of existence for LASK, meant the third division and later certain death. The media, always ruthless and hasty in judgment, had already declared LASK half dead when, at the very last moment, it was saved. This perpetual hovering between life and death, between being and not being, gives the club its tragic flavor. It is a phenomenon like no other that LASK, despite all adversities, always rises again, as if drawing from an inexhaustible reservoir of resilience. Amid the constant turbulence, an unfathomable vitality shows itself, bordering on a miracle. But as grotesque and absurd as these stories may be, they are an indispensable part of LASK. They give the club its unique character, its unmistakable identity. Without these absurd episodes, LASK would not be LASK, but just another club in the mediocrity of the football business. As it is, it symbolizes the eternal ups and downs, the constant fluctuation between heaven and hell, the ceaseless search for happiness that always slips away. LASK is not just a football club, it is an institution of drama, a stage of the absurd, a reflection of human existence in all its tragedy and comedy. And that is precisely why its supporters love it, in good times and bad, in triumphs and crashes, in euphoria and despair. Because one thing is certain, with LASK, it is never boring.